Over the past decade, China's automotive industry has made significant strides, not only in domestic market achievements, but also on the global stage through strategic acquisitions of international car brands. These moves have not only expanded China's footprint in the automotive sector, but also facilitated technology transfer and brand revival. Geely, a leading private automobile manufacturer from China, embarked on a remarkable journey of acquisitions, marking its prowess and ambition in the global automotive industry. Notably, Geely acquired Volvo, a prestigious Swedish brand known for its luxury cars and innovative safety features. The acquisition, completed at a cost significantly lower than initially anticipated due to Volvo's financial difficulties, paved the way for mutual growth. Geely infused Volvo with a substantial investment exceeding $11 billion for new platform development and manufacturing expansion in China, leading to Volvo's robust resurgence. Volvo's revival under Geely's ownership has been a testament to strategic international collaboration, enhancing Geely's stature and showcasing the potential for Chinese brands to elevate their global presence. Similarly, SAIC Motor Corporation, another giant in China's auto industry, acquired the British car brands Rover and MG, which were once under the umbrella of the troubled Rover Group. Through strategic planning and rebranding, SAIC revitalized these brands into Rover and MG, respectively, steering them toward success in domestic and international markets. The acquisition illustrated SAIC's ambition to elevate Chinese automotive brands globally, blending traditional British automotive craftsmanship with modern Chinese innovation. Beijing Automotive Industry Holding Company, BAIC, took over the Swedish car manufacturer Saab, aiming to rejuvenate the brand with fresh investments and technology transfers. Although Saab's iconic models and engineering excellence received a new lease on life under BAIC, the journey towards reclaiming its former glory remains challenging, highlighting the complexities of brand revivals in competitive automotive landscape. These strategic acquisitions by Chinese car manufacturers have underscored the dynamic evolution of China's automotive industry from a follower to a formidable global player. Through these endeavors, Chinese companies have not only gained valuable technical expertise and global market access, but have also contributed to the resurgence of historic automotive brands, weaving a new narrative of collaboration and revival in the global automotive narrative. Just like the atomic bomb, quantitative changes lead to qualitative changes. China's automobile industry, especially electric vehicles, has experienced a big explosion and has become the only brand that can compete with Tesla. BYD, Build Your Dreams, is a prominent example of China's rapid ascent in the global automotive industry, particularly in the electric vehicle. Founded in 1995 and initially specializing in rechargeable batteries, BYD has transformed into one of the world's leading electric vehicle manufacturers, with a comprehensive range of products, including electric cars, buses, trucks, and monorails. BYD's journey into the automotive industry began in 2023 when it acquired the state-owned car manufacturer Xinchuan Automobile Company. This acquisition allowed BYD to leverage its expertise in battery technology, positioning itself as a pioneer in the EV market. BYD's commitment to innovation is highlighted by its development of the iron phosphate Phi battery, which offers safety, longevity, and environmental advantages over traditional lithium-ion batteries. The company's expansion into the global market has been strategic and impactful. BYD's electric buses are operating in more than 300 cities across 50 countries, including the United States, the United Kingdom, Japan, and Brazil. Notably, BYD has supplied London with its electric double-decker buses, symbolizing the city's commitment to reducing carbon emissions. In addition, BYD has established electric bus assembly plants in countries like the US, California, and Brazil, further solidifying its global presence. BYD's success in electric vehicles has also translated into passenger cars, with its models ranking among the best-selling EVs and plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, FEVs, globally. The company has set ambitious goals for the future, aiming to leverage its technological advancements to lead the global transition to electric transportation. BYD continues to innovate, recently unveiling its Blade battery technology, which promises to redefine safety standards for the electric vehicle industry. As countries around the world commit to reducing carbon emissions and transitioning to greener transportation options, BYD's role in shaping the future of mobility becomes increasingly significant. The company's global expansion and its contributions to electrifying public transportation and personal mobility solutions underscore China's growing influence in the global automotive and clean energy sectors. Did you think the story was over? But the story has just begun. The European Union (EU) has formally initiated an anti-subsidy investigation into the import of pure electric vehicles from China, aiming to determine the necessity of imposing anti-dumping duties. This move comes after Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission, proposed the investigation in September, expressing concerns over the influx of inexpensive Chinese electric vehicles flooding the European market, which she views as a threat to Europe's electric vehicle industry. The Chinese Ministry of Commerce has expressed strong dissatisfaction with the European Commission's decision, accusing the EU of trade protectionism and asserting that such actions violate World Trade Organization (WTO) rules. Observers worry that this move by the EU could spark a trade war between Europe and China, with Chinese state media warning that the EU's actions are self-damaging and unbeneficial. The investigation focuses on battery electric vehicles, BEVs, with 9 seats or fewer. The EU official journal declared the start of the investigation, promising to adhere to strict legal procedures and comply with both EU and WTO rules. The EU invites the Chinese government and relevant enterprises to present their arguments and evidence. The automotive industry, described as the jewel in the crown of European industry by AFP, directly or indirectly employs 14 million people, accounting for 6.1% of the EU workforce. The European Commission points out that Chinese-made vehicles currently account for 8% of the European electric car market, a figure expected to rise to 15% by 2025. The investigation aims to determine whether the Chinese BEV value chain benefits from illegal subsidies and if such subsidies threaten EU BEV manufacturers. If proven, the EU may impose anti-subsidy duties on Chinese electric vehicle imports, potentially exceeding a 10% tariff rate. However, even if illegal subsidies and harm to EU manufacturers are confirmed, the investigation will also consider the potential consequences of corrective measures on EU BEV importers, users, and consumers before deciding if imposing anti-subsidy duties aligns with EU interests. If conflicting with EU interests, Brussels might ultimately refrain from sanctioning Chinese electric vehicles. According to EU regulations, Brussels must complete the investigation within 13 months of its announcement, but may impose provisional anti-subsidy duties within 9 months of the investigation's start. This investigation follows the end of China's 13-year subsidy program for new energy vehicles in 2022. However, local governments continue to offer subsidies or tax incentives to attract investment and subsidize new energy vehicle customers. The EU's decision to launch this investigation has been met with strong opposition from China, criticizing it as protectionist and in violation of WTO rules. The recent EU-China high-level economic and trade dialogue in Beijing saw Chinese representatives urging the EU to create a fair, non-discriminatory, and predictable market environment for the joint development of the electric vehicle industry between China and the EU. Analysts suggest that European brands owned by Chinese capital, such as SAIC Motors MG and Geely's Volvo Polestar, might also be affected by the EU's anti-subsidy investigation. The outcome of this investigation could significantly impact the global automotive supply chain, potentially disrupting and distorting it, including within the EU. Thank you for listening. Please remember to like and subscribe.